Alright, today we're going to be making a parrillada. We got some HEB fajitas. They come in a vacuum pack. In the back it says a USDA choice. You can see on the package. We're going to be using some Bohners Fiesta extra fancy fajita seasoning for it. When you're doing a parrillada, you want the meat to be about the same size on all of them. So what I did was cut them about maybe, I don't know, 2 by 1, 2 inches thick, 2 inches long, 1 inch thick. I think that's about the measurement. I'm not too sure, but what you want is all of it to be about the same length so they all cook evenly. Right now I'm just gonna season them up, put them in the fridge, and get everything else ready. All right, season everything up nice and neat. Toss it on here, season some more, make sure you get every piece of meat covered. Also with the mollejas, what we like to do is boil them for a little while so they tenderize a little bit. This process is really not needed because you can eat the mollejas either way, but we like to do it just because it makes them a little softer. So once we get these boiling, let them boil for a little while, and then we'll pull them out, and then we'll throw them in the parrillada. So right now we're gonna toss these in the fridge and then get everything else ready. Quick tip, when you're boiling anything on the stove, make sure you don't turn around, leave it unattended. I did a mistake, I learned my lesson. Yeah, right, I'm gonna probably do this again for the rest of my life, right? Forget about boiling, but make sure you pay attention to this, it will boil over. I seasoned the disco with some canola oil to get it started. You want this disco to be nice and hot so it sears this steak as soon as it hits, this fajita as soon as it hits. This is gonna take a little while longer than everything else, so this is gonna go in first. I'm gonna bring in the mollejas here in a little while. After I finish the mollejas, we'll introduce the vegetables and then the sausage with the onions coming in at the very end. So it's gonna be a little process, but it ain't gonna take too long. Should be a quick meal. All right, check back here in a little bit. We're getting to that point where we're gonna add the mollejas, Sweetbreads by the other name. The purpose of this parrillada, I guess, is to fry the meat in its own grease. So I would recommend you do this outside because it's gonna let off a great amount of smoke, and it's gonna it's gonna smoke out your house unless you got really good ventilation. But I don't, so that's why we do this outside. Also, it's a lot nicer, a lot less cleanup. We got this big old disc instead of having to use several pots and pans and stuff. So right now I know it looks good, but we're gonna make this look even better. All right, we already added the mollejas, Sweetbreads, and the bell peppers. Remember, the mollejas don't need very much. They're already fully cooked. They're just really out here for the crispiness. We're trying to get them crisped up. And the peppers, these take a little while longer to soften up, and you want soft peppers. You don't want to bite into a pepper and have it kind of hard. So it's gonna take a little bit, but we're getting there. Came to that point, now we add in the sausage. We're gonna add in the onions, let the onions get soft. Let's start cooking up the tortillas here along the edge. Get them warm while we're cooking up this last little bit, then we'll plate it. Came to that point where we got to add the sausage, the onions. The onions we're gonna cook until they get nice and soft. Sausage is fully cooked. All we really need to do is warm it up. We're gonna save some time by warming up the tortillas here along the edge. Shouldn't take too much longer. My oh my, look at this. Yeah, I know some of these pieces look kind of darker than normal, but all it is that nice char on the outside. Okay, the onions, they're already starting to get translucent. We're gonna start pulling this off. At this point in time, instead of using a spoon, I'm gonna use some tongs. It's gonna make it a lot easier to get it into the pan. Got my expert setup right here, my little plastic table, you know, just in case. We're gonna start pulling all this food off, and then we'll plate it here in a little bit. Oh yeah, before I go, make sure you turn off your gas or propane setup before you start messing around with this grease, because once this grease falls off, you know what it does, it catches fire. So we make sure the fire turns off before we start pulling the meat, and just be very careful because it is hot. While we're waiting for the food to cool down a little bit, we're gonna make a tomatillo sauce. I got this recipe from my buddy Jesus. He told me to use 8 serranos. I scaled it back a little bit, use only 4 serranos. I got 2 tomatillos here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna toss all this into a pot of boiling water. The tails we're gonna take off from the serranos, and then the skin we're gonna take off from the tomatillos. All we're really trying to do is get them softer so we can put them in a food processor and we'll blend them up. The tomatillo, it looks like a little green tomato, but these are not green tomatoes. These are tomatillos. They're right there by all the peppers and everything. You'll see them. But they are not green tomatoes. Alright, after they've been boiled and they're softened, time to blend them. What we're gonna do is bring them up, blend them up, and then we're gonna add some olive oil here and there until we get a nice consistency, kind of like creamy sauce. Okay, we're gonna add some olive oil. We're gonna add some olive oil. Like I said, I don't have no measurements, so I'm not too sure how much to add. Just you'll know when it's enough. Okay, that's starting to look nice and creamy. Might add a little bit more olive oil, just a little bit more. That should be enough. Okay, we'll give it one more spin. Okay, we're gonna put this in a nice little bowl, little cup, something to store it in. All right, we got the little Tupperware here. Let's pour it in here. Oh yeah, it's looking nice. Almost looks like guacamole. Okay, give it a nice little taste, see what we got. Oh yeah, nice heat. Olive oil comes in. Might need a little bit of salt. We'll add salt here. Just a pinch of salt. Okay, that should be enough salt. And then we'll use this sauce in the tacos. Tacos are already plated up. Put avocado, guacamole on the bottom, followed by the meats and veggies, and then we use the tomatillo sauce on the top. Got a nice little kick. I forgot to mention, if serranos are too hot for you, you can substitute them for jalapenos. I would say instead of using 4 serranos, use 1 jalapeno, as they're much bigger. So it'd be 1 jalapeno per 1 tomatillo instead of 2 serranos for every 1 tomatillo. If it's too hot even then, maybe just do one jalapeno and then a bunch of tomatillos. Olive oil, just use plain olive oil. Add a little bit of salt to taste and then enjoy. What a meal. Yeah, parrilladas. Nice meal to cook. Especially if you got a disco like I do. If you don't have a disco, probably a Blackstone. If you don't have a Blackstone, you can cook it inside. Would I recommend you do it inside? No. All the smoke is gonna let out. You know, unless you got like really good ventilation or you got a door next to your stove, then yeah, do it. Whatever. What I like about the parrillada is it comes out nice and quick. It's easy. You gotta watch it, right? Don't let your meat stay, because if not, you'll burn it. But it's cool because you just keep on going forward, put in different meats, different flavors, aromas are coming out. It's nice. The tomatillo sauce, like I said, if it's too hot, hey, you can scale it back, use jalapenos. If jalapenos are too hot, I'm not too sure what the next pepper is, but maybe cut it in half. We use less jalapeno, but I like the serranos. 4 serranos is nice enough for me. We could probably crank it up some more, but my wife also likes to eat it. So yeah, I'm not too sure what I'm gonna cook on my next video. It might be Wagyu finger ribs. I saw those at the H-E-B. If those aren't available, I might do a Wagyu brisket. I'm not too sure. I'm trying to see what we got. I'm gonna keep on cooking, right? Like I say in all my videos, no recipes are perfect. It's up to us to cook them. Obviously, you saw what I put up on our recipe here. If you don't like it, you can change it. Nothing's ever written in stone. Also, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, I would recommend you hit that subscribe button. Like this video, share this video, and comment. I saw one of the other guys on my other video commented something about my steaks. Maybe I'll use that in my next video, the idea. Hopefully I do it right, because I read it one way, but maybe he wrote it another way. So yeah, it's a learning experience for me. Also, yeah, we're gonna keep on going forward, see what we got next on the next video. Alright, this is Jacob saying peace.